All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This market recaps for Monday, August 28th, 2023. Don't place a trade based on what I recommend. These are just my thoughts and what I am doing. With that being said, I want to start with the summation. Indicators on the daily time frame, and one of the things I'm seeing, this kind of bend but don't break. We're not breaking down. And we'll kind of go through this indicator by indicator. The T2108, stocks above their 40-day moving average, is really, really holding, and it looks like it wants to bounce higher. Kind of like this section here. And it goes higher, same with the market. Now, this is just something that looks like it's firming up to me. We got back above the 10-day moving average. This is the SPY, but not above the 20. If we can get back above the 20, that's bullish in my opinion. The RSI 21 is firmed up and is now back at 50. And the other thing is this, the Stoch is coming out of the overbought zone. So when it comes out of the oversold zone. When it comes out of the overbought zone, starts heading down, we fall. When it comes out of the oversold zone, we'll bounce. And what happens is on pullbacks, it usually firms up around the 50. Around the 50, it firms up and bounces. Now, see if I can find a bearish market one. No. Can't find one, but this also looks bullish to me. Now again, this is just what I'm thinking. The market breadth indicators are still bearish, but we could be at a turn. We would need to get back above the 20. Again, the VIX has not crossed above 20. In fact, it's going down. That's bullish. Let's check the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's right at the 20. RSI 21's at 50. Stoch is coming out of oversold. Check the VTI. Same thing as the SPY. The SPY and the VTI are almost the same usually. Let's check this on the weekly now. Still with the 5-week below the 10 and price just creeping up above the 5. RSI 21 has not gone below 50, is actually kind of firming up around the 50. You see the T2108 on the weekly time frame. Check it on the daily just so you can see the difference. We've fallen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks and look to be firming up. MACD's negative. This MACD, I don't pay too much attention to it. I just kind of have it on there just for reference. But if we can get back up, might have a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders going on. This is interesting. It's interesting to see that we have not fallen. Watch us get a huge down day tomorrow, but check the NASDAQ on the weekly. Above the 5-week, 5 is below the 10. RSI 21 not below 50. I'm not an Elliott wave guy or not a big predictor. I try to think, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ahead on my swing trades, but I mean, look how we hold this support line here, which is also resistance for this range, and we're looking to bounce. Stoch has not fallen below 50. RSI 14 on the weekly has not fallen below 50. Yeah, I mean, the longer it takes to fall, that says something in itself, right? Interesting. Check the market stocks. Apple hitting its head on the 20. See what happens if it can get to the 50. Amazon just holding the 50. If it goes down, pops right back up. Google just still consolidating. Meta, this still looks bearish to me, but this could be considered, you know, a double tap right here and right here. Microsoft holding the 100-day. Netflix does not look bullish to me at all. Nvidia holding in this higher range. Tesla riding the 10-day. VTI, I mean, we'll see what happens if this can get up to the 50-day moving average. And then do we drop? Still wait and see. My situational awareness indicators, a few of them have switched. Bullish, bullish, and then the rest are bearish. Again, these are shorter terms. Second set, the shortest term one is now bullish. It's kind of a short term to medium term one. Bearish, 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 bearish. So mixed bag means sit out. Still waiting while the market just kind of bounces around. Let's check the power stock scan and the IPOs. DBD, this must be a buyout. I'll have to just look at it. ULBI, bouncing, held the 10, bouncing. LMB, back above the 5 and the 10. THRN, that's a buyout. PFIE, still consolidating and above the 5. Again, it's above the 5, hasn't broken at all. Feel free to take some profits if you got in on this day, but hold some while it's still above the 5. CLS looks like it might be set for a breakout. A little bit higher than average volume today. The volume's been increasing during this run. It's in the power zone, looking to break out of a flag for a couple weeks here. That looks bullish. STRL consolidating. VRT breaking out. Not breaking out, but moving higher. IESC grinding higher. APP consolidating. This is getting tight. This looks good. Let's look on the weekly. In the power zone, consolidating. APP looks strong to me. Moving averages are now in bullish alignment. 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 150, 200. Big volume day here. Looking bullish. CAMT consolidating. Like the increase in the volume through the run here. That's how you know these runs have sustainability. Like, there's increasing buying here. Again, it's not a huge dollar volume stock, but moving averages are in bullish alignment now. RSI on the daily is above 70 in the power zone and on the weekly. All-time high, looks like. Big volume day here. Big volume week, I should say. Just hold this if you got it. Caper. KRT would look for a breakout over 25. Increasing volume here. AAOI, I think this is going to break if it doesn't firm up at the 20. USM, this looks like a great breakout. Wish it had higher volume. But goes up, consolidates sideways right at 40. Never breaks below the 10. Let's look on the weekly. Yeah, I mean, that's a nice, in the power zone, that's a nice flag. MMYT still running. Holo, this one breaking out, big day. Low float. See what, I mean, this is up 120% in 6 days. Yeah, I mean, nothing through here, whatever this was. Got a run, fell back. Looks like we're getting another run in the power zone. I don't know, I mean, this is probably a garbage stock, but if you can get above 11, got some room to run. And it's a low float. Low dollar volume. I mean, this is, if you wanted to try and play this, I mean, it was to buy at the open today. You know, very small size. That's going to move around a lot. Powell moving back up. Said I kind of liked this setup yesterday or Friday. TSAT will happen. We'll see what happens when it hits the 10. It doesn't look these look like small volume sales days or red days as well. I don't know. What, to be honest with you, I'm totally in no man's land. I wouldn't be surprised if we went up, 400 points tomorrow or went down 400 points. Neither one would really surprise me. I guess the best thing to say is I feel like there's a big move coming. Court, that's squeezing. That looks like it's going to break out. GAMB, that's not a setup, but look how tight the moving averages get, and then they start separating here as the stock increases, show strength. This is all bullish, and now you're consolidating. I mean, low dollar volume though. Elway, low dollar volume, but great breakout here. I mean, there's not a lot of big cap stocks that have pretty charts like this right now. That's why all these are showing up, because these small, low volume stocks are the ones that are showing strength, not the big caps, or very few of them. ESTE consolidating. DTST, that's a good breakout. I mean, no dollar volume, $3 stocks. No way I would trade this, but TSHA consolidating. This is interesting. That's a nice consolidation, fall back to the 10, and then boom. Stoch is reset and now ready to go higher. That looks good to me. CWCO, I liked this yesterday. I don't like that candle though. I'd be taking some profits for sure. Holding a little bit. Mod, we'll see what happens if we can get another green day follow through here and break out of this range. BWMX, that needs to settle down. I mean, again, these are not high dollar volume stocks, which means they're probably garbage. TAST, this is a runner. Let's see if it sets up again. I wouldn't buy this today, but if you did, I'd put a stop right below the 20. NVIDIA is going to consolidate, looking for it to break out, kind of in this range here, over 485. CEIX, this looks like a bad candle. I mean, looks like it broke out and then closed back in the range or right at it. Still consolidating. Hawken, low dollar volume, but that's a nice breakout right there. Let's check the weekly. In the power zone. Kind of gone up for a few weeks in a row, though. HHRS, just no dollar volume at all. 80,000 shares pass. APPF 50 million. Oh geez, we got one with dollar volume now. That nice volume, gap up right at the high right there. I don't like the setup. I like the price action though. Groupon, that's pulling back to the 5. See what happens. I'd probably, if I bought it on this day here, I'd definitely have a stop in protecting my profits. Carvana, back on the list, back above the 20 today. That's why I went back on my list. Let's check the weekly. Back into the power zone. Great run, pulls back to the 10-week moving average. And it goes up. Let's see if Carvana goes on a run. And not over, volume's not too high, but pulls back to the 50 on the RSI. And this isn't scripture. It's just generally speaking, stocks pull back in a pullback. They'll pull back to the 50. They might dip a little bit, but they're not going to fall through the 50 really hard. Kind of like see and hear. When Carvana pulls back, still stays above 50. That's just generally what I'm looking for. Put Carvana on a watch list for sure. VIST. Low dollar volume, but this looks strong. Kind of breaks out of this. I'm not good at drawing trend lines. Breaks out, pulls back, breaks out. Very bearish alignment of the moving averages. Looks great on the weekly. Consolidates for a few weeks, and we get. I mean, if we closed right here on the week, back into the power zone. Recent IPO, we're at the all-time high. I like VIST. American Eagle Outfitters, really. I wouldn't touch that. ANTX, pass. This just looks, I mean, it's moving higher, but I don't like that. No setups through these last couple. That's just running, UEC. Uranium. This isn't a buy for me. AMR, coal. I'm watching coal. I think it's going to run. Like, look at this on the weekly. Big base through here. And now we've broken out. We're not quite in the power zone. I'd love to see it pull back right to, this level here and then go. And then that would be a great buy. Fastly looks, broke out, but ugly candle. Probably pull back to the 5 or the 10. I'd look to reload maybe there, but who knows? I don't like this setup. I mean, one up day, 2 sideways, and then up, but, yeah, I'll just pass on this. X is at the 10, 1, 2, 3, 4 down days in a row. Let's see if it gets a bounce. Great flag through here for GNS. Goes up, pulls back, and then you got 1, 2, 3 consolidation days, and then you have the range expansion, and then boom, you're up 57%. It's $1. I mean, this is, day trader stock. But the dollar volume's great. That's an in-play stock. XPEV, that's an ugly candle. Futu, that's nothing. Almost done here for the power stocks hand. That's just a pop. And that's it for the power stocks. Let's go to the IPOs. See if there's another H kit. AAOI, Holo, H kit, Carvana's on there. These are the hottest stocks, ranked the hottest stocks in the last 14 weeks. But we're looking at IPOs, which haven't been ranked the last 14 weeks. No dollar volume. Okay, enough. Decent dollar volume. I mean, this looks like it's going to start an uptrend. This could actually be a buy here today. Stoch is reset. A couple consolidation days right at the 20, bounces up. I mean, it's low dollar volume, not high ADR either, but, you know, breaks this downtrend. Yeah, I mean, that's a buy. VFS. Vietnamese. VFS, VinFast Auto, the Tesla Vietnam. 128%. That's going to come back to earth. And that's it for the IPO. So, again, I think we're in no man's land. I see the indicators resetting, you know, went to over, the stocks went from, you know, oversold and now coming out. The RSI dipped. It's headed back up, and you know, we didn't break with Powell. That's an ugly candle right here. I thought for sure we were just going to go down. We didn't. We held. Now, can we get above this candle? Can we get above the 20, or are we just going to drop again? So tune in tomorrow for the next episode of Power Stocks Swing Trading. If you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe.